Diabetes is sometimes called the silent killer, and late diagnosis of diabetes leaves people at risk of developing serious complications, including stroke, heart disease, kidney disease, and even amputations. In today's video, I will share with you 12 early diabetes symptoms that should never be ignored. Hey guys, Dr. Gus here, naturopath, acupuncturist, conventional doctor, and founder of drlandivar.com. In this channel, as a conventional doctor, I treat my patients through natural medicine before recurring to the use of pharmaceutical drugs. So if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. And press that bell down below to receive notifications and be the first one to watch a new video. If you need an online appointment or supplements for your disease, visit drlandivar.com. And I encourage you to stay till the end of the video, where I'm going to reveal a couple tips and tricks on recognizing symptoms early on, and I will link a couple videos related to this topic. Okay, so diabetes is a silent killer, and I have patients come in every day into my practice worried about their health, and what we end up discovering is that they have diabetes, all right? Diabetes mellitus is a metabolic disorder that results from problems controlling insulin and insulin resistance, and symptoms come up as a result of higher than normal glucose levels or sugar levels in your blood. All right, so what are 12 early symptoms of diabetes that should never be ignored? Number 1, sudden weight loss, okay? And this is a very important symptom in people with diabetes. Diabetes is characterized by the body's inability of using glucose to form muscle and fat. And insufficient insulin prevents the body from getting glucose in order for the cells to be able to make up energy. And when this occurs, the body starts burning fat and muscle for energy, causing a reduction of overall weight and body fat. And the most important thing to know about this is that your body is unable to use up the food that you're ingesting, and it will start consuming all the muscles and fat in your body. And when this happens, it's very difficult to gain muscle back again, okay? Number 2, increased hunger, okay? And a very important symptom of diabetes is feeling hungry all the time. And let's not forget that if you don't have enough insulin, or your insulin is not doing the job it needs to do, your body is not being able to use up glucose as a source of energy, and therefore you are always hungry, okay? And this leads up to our third symptom. Number 3, polyphagia, okay? And this is basically translating to eating more than what you really need. And it's not the same as feeling hungry, but actually eating more than what you really need. Polyphagia is a medical term used to describe the excessive amount of intake of food, basically due to the increased hunger of patients all the time. And this symptom is one of the 3 main signs and symptoms of diabetes and should never be unnoticed. Number 4, itchy skin, okay? Localized itching of the skin is often caused by diabetes, and diabetes can cause this through several types of mechanisms, including, for example, yeast infections, dry skin, or poor circulation of tissues or blood flow to that area. You see, diabetes slowly destroys circulation in peripheral tissues by damaging blood vessels and causing plaque to build up in arteries, especially in small arteries in the extremities, okay? Number 5, fatigue and weakness. And with diabetes, fatigue can be caused by a number of factors, including, for example, high blood sugar levels, obviously, either from lack of insulin or from insulin resistance, and this can affect the body's ability to produce energy in the cells and meet daily requirements. And don't be alarmed if you experience fatigue, even though you're sleeping well or you're eating right. The problem with diabetes is that sleeping or eating is not going to solve the problem. Number 6, frequent urination. And in medicine, this is called polyuria, okay? And peeing a lot is a hallmark sign of both type diabetes 1 and diabetes 2. And when we think about it for a minute, the body's only way of eliminating all that extra glucose is actually flushing that out in urine. And there's no normal amount of time that you should go to the bathroom. Actually, frequent urination is actually defined as having to go more times than you frequently do so every day. But pay attention, okay? Urinating frequently or more often than normal can come as a result of different factors, not always diabetes, but diabetes is actually one possible explanation. Number 7, feeling thirsty all the time. And in medicine, we refer to this as polydipsia, okay? And excessive thirst is another way, a very important symptom in diabetes. And when you have diabetes, drinking water is never enough, okay? And the feeling of that thirst doesn't go away even if you drink lots of water. And this is basically due to the excessive amount of sugar in your blood. The body tries to compensate by making you feel thirsty in order to dilute some of that sugar with water that you're ingesting. And in fact, feeling thirsty, hungry, and urinating all the time are 3 very important symptoms of diabetes, but many times patients may not even experience these symptoms and have other symptoms like the ones I'm about to discuss. Number 8, gaining weight, okay? And being overweight increases your chances of developing diabetes mellitus. And in fact, being overweight sometimes is a risk factor that has to be taken into consideration. Insulin resistance is strongly related to weight gain and is also a very important symptom that you may develop in diabetes. Weight loss is a common recommendation for treatment in people who have diabetes type 2. Many people are overweight when they're first diagnosed, and that extra fat actually increases their insulin resistance, okay? Number 9, and this is a symptom that few people know about, acanthosis nigricans, okay? And acanthosis nigricans consists in the darkening of the skin in patches with a thick, velvety texture, all right? And the affected areas may also itch or have a special odor and usually appear in the skin folds in areas like your armpits, the neck, elbows, knees, or even lips, okay? And your doctor may want to check for diabetes or insulin resistance as a cause. These tests may include, for example, sugar glucose tests or fasting insulin tests, all right? Number 10, fungal infections. And suffering infections of all sorts is very common in diabetes. One very important symptom is Candidiasis. And it might affect your digestive tract or fungus even in your skin, feet, or nails, or under the breast of the women, okay? And when people have diabetes, other infections can very easily crop up again and again, like bacterial infections, viruses, and overall, your body does not have the same ability of fighting off disease or infections. And that is a very important sign of diabetes and a symptom. Number 11, okay, neuropathies. And neuropathy is a condition where nerves get damaged during diabetes, and people that start experiencing, for example, numbness or reduced ability to feel pain or temperature changes are at risk. Tingling, burning sensations around the body, sharp pain or cramps, increased sensitivity to touch, and for some people, even the weight of the bed sheet can be very painful. The condition most often affects legs and feet, and for some people, symptoms are mild. For others, symptoms can be very painful, debilitating, and even be fatal. And in just a moment, I will put a video up, a suggestion to this important topic. Okay, so number 12, and our last very important symptom, is slow healing of cuts and bruises. And this is a very important symptom that should never be ignored. Wounds and sores that take more than a few weeks to heal often indicate an underlying disease such as diabetes. High glucose levels in your blood over time will lead to poor circulation, making it hard for blood needed in your skin to reach those areas of the body where it's more affected of sores and wounds, okay, and cuts. And right over here, I suggest you check out these other videos related to this topic. You will find valuable information that might prevent a serious health condition, okay? And help out the channel by giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you soon.